everybody, and welcome to a brand new video. I'm Alexa, and I am so excited to do today's video, which is what if Aiden was poisoned instead of YUL in episode 5 of Disventure Camp season 2, which is the 1,200 subscriber special. Which would I be late to? Me? Never. Alright, anyways, before we begin, do note the following things. First off, when I say, what if Aiden was poisoned instead of YUL, here's what I mean by that. So basically what would happen is instead of James being a morally somewhat better person, he would decide to go along with poisoning Aiden, not because he really wants to, but because he really wants to for the game, and he's a lot more focused on the game than he is his whatever he had with Aiden. He does not think it is worth the game. He does not think it is rather. There was another suggestion to where James actually did try to poison YUL, but YUL figures out that he was but I don't understand how he would, because the mushroom pieces were so tiny. I don't understand how YUL would see it, because he was way too distracting Aiden. I don't think he is that smart. So that's the reason I cut it, but I do definitely think that that's a very interesting perspective. People who suggest it, thank you for that suggestion. It again is very interesting. Without further delays, I think with that background info in mind, we can move straight on to the what if. So, in episode 5, we all know this what if. So basically, Aiden is poisoned and therefore eliminated in episode 5. And then we can move on straight to the merge. So obviously episode 6 is a non-elimination, and when it comes to non-eliminations, usually I skip them because there's not really too much to the story here. However, I am going to quickly mention the duos who would win and a few aspects that are kind of important. Starting off, the duos I think in this universe would be James, YUL, Lake and Hunter, Tess and Allie, Rhea and Rosa. Oh, it was all already set up. Perfect! Anyway, I feel like James and YUL would actually win this challenge. First off, Allie and Tess, they get third. We all know Lake goes off and Hunter just, well, he just gets destroyed. So these four can't win immunity. Rhea and Rosa also really struggled. I feel like YUL and James could do it. Yes, YUL is a whiny brat, per se, but I think James could probably carry the team if he's not too focused on his phone, that is. Whatever, though, I think these two managed to win. And even if they don't, this is an elimination. It really doesn't matter who gets the reward, but I feel like these two, if they did win, would keep the hot tub all to themselves. More so YUL would, and James would feel a bit guilty because he does have that good in him. He would probably feel really guilty about poisoning it, but he would have to do it for the game because he would value the game in this world over his friendship or whatever he had with Aiden. So that's an interesting direction. Either way, moving on to episode 7. So at the start of episode 7, Rosemaria, Lake, and Rhea still go get the perfume, and Lake gets the new wig. Though I think Hunter, Tess, and Allie would also just be hanging out. And then, of course, we have YUL and James probably talking strategy, James feeling guilty. Either way, these two would be a close villain duo at the point in time. Anyway, so we remember in this challenge there were teams. The teams would be the same except YUL is here instead of Aiden. So the teams here would be Rhea, James, Lake, and Hunter, and then you just have these four. See, when it comes to this team, I think Lake would just target YUL automatically because it's YUL. And so the ball just gets yeeted at. That would be hilarious, honestly, just seeing YUL just get out like first, and then YUL being like, how dare you, Lake, how dare, just something. That would be pretty funny. Anyway, the challenge basically goes the same afterwards because also rigged for Hunter because of course it is. Anyway, we just need to talk about the fact that YUL has an army of allies. First off, James has his right-hand helper, and then he just has Tess, Allie, and Hunter, meaning he has majority and therefore can choose whoever he feels to get eliminated. Anyways, so I think that he would actually choose to eliminate Rhea, and I'm already hearing it. Why Rhea? Why not Lake? First off, yes, he's petty. He is very petty. Remember when Rhea swapped him over? He almost got screwed because of that swap. I know this is like in denial, but YUL actually got screwed in the original because I did a video to where what if YUL and Rose never swapped, and quick spoilers for that video if you haven't seen it, you can check it out in the icon below. But spoilers, he made it extremely far. So I think he would be very salty about that team swap. I remember she doesn't know what I can do to her even on another team. So I think he's gonna target her, and I really don't think Allie, Hunter, and Tess would care. I mean, yeah, they were on good terms, but at that same flip of a coin, they literally were probably gonna vote her and Connor out automatically. So I think they'd be willing to do it here. Anyways, so I think they just all vote Rhea. And whoever these three vote, it really does not matter. Rhea is gone, but I feel like these three would automatically vote YUL. Like, there is nobody else they'd vote. You could also say Rosa would play her totem, but Rosa did not reveal her totem until episode 8, so I'm not allowed to I'm not factoring in that totem, and plus she doesn't know that they're gonna vote Rhea over these two. She has no clue. So we have to move on with Rhea getting out in episode 7. We move on to episode 8, where Lake and Rosa are missing Rhea, and then Rosa would reveal the totem to Lake, especially given the past eliminations, and they are going to be safe now. Anyway, these three are just hanging out instead of Allie and Hunter missing Tess, since Tess is still here. Anyway, James is probably shown regretting more actions, but you will probably convince him it's okay and that just, you know. Anyway, so episode 8-wise, we all know this is the horror challenge, aka the best challenge in season 2. Debatable, but I'm just gonna stick by that. But anyway, so I think James would still get out first because it's Carol. Carol is obviously going to target James first. That makes the most sense no matter what. And YUL would probably just get out next for just being so whiny and unprepared for this. I don't think you will be able to make it through. Anyway, Allie, of course, goes out. And then I think Tess and Hunter would go for vengeance. And I think that's also a nice character development for Tess. Because obviously Tess originally thought Allie was just being nice to her because of Hunter, which was that the case? Yeah. But here it's like showing their friendship. So I think that's a nice development for Tess to just go for vengeance. But they both get out by Nina because of course. And then Rosa and Lake go next, with Rosa doing the same sacrifice for Lake as she did in the original. Anyway, so we all know Carol returns into the game here. And I think she would give immunity to Rosa and Lake because in this universe, the main alliance is these 5, not the other 5. Interesting to know that James is in the main alliance no matter what. Anyway, so obviously I think Hunter, Allie, and Tess will actually vote for James. Now I know that's like, why James and not YUL? Because YUL is a shield. Hunter thinks, and he literally directly stated this, YUL is a shield for them to be blocked by. If you get out James, it's not as big of a deal because, you know, YUL still is here. So, of course, that's going to be the target in the book. Therefore, they're just going to target James for that. Now, when it comes to YUL and James, I actually think that they're going to be targeting Allie here because in universe, it is stated that Allie is just like the extra to the alliance. I know that's like rude, but it's true. Allie is known as the extra to this alliance, and therefore you would want to target Allie instead of, say, Hunter or Tess, because Hunter or Tess are the original ones he did make the alliance with. This means YUL and James are, of course, voting for Allie. These 3 are voting for James. Now, where do these 3 lie? I think Carol is going to join these 2. And I know it's like, she hates James. What the heck, Alexa? Alright, let me to explain, y'all. So, we all know in this episode, Carol voted for Lake. She voted for Lake when James could have been out because of her vote. That tells me that she is willing to literally save James's vote. So I think what YUL would pull is some manipulation on Carol. It is not revealed if Carol was allowed to see the episodes. I know this is the weirdest thing to nitpick here, but because if it was revealed, of course I don't think Carol would trust YUL that much. However, if it wasn't, she trusted more. Either way, I feel like in this universe, she would still listen to manipulation, like YUL saying, we can vote James next round, let's just get out Allie, because this is a 3-person alliance. This is a 3-person, and so I think that would occur as well. Where would Lake and Rosa vote? I think that they would be voting for YUL because it's YUL. So James and Allie would be in the tiebreaker in this universe, and I think James is gonna win. Whether YUL forced him to do a dirty trick or something like that would make a lot of sense. But either way, I feel like Allie is eliminated here. So bye-bye, Allie. Anyway. So we move on to episode 9. Obviously, the Oliver and Crystal scene in the morning will still occur here. Rosa and like just being little wholesome besties. Of course, anyway, Rosa still wins the sled because remember in this challenge they had to build a sled. I don't know how Tess can build a sled. I don't know how YUL can build a sled, but I don't think it's gonna show as much character and be as nice as Rosa's. So for simplicity, we're just gonna say that Rosa still wins it. Anyway, the partners for this round would be, again, YUL and James. Are we shocked? No. Hunter and Tess, not shocked there. And then, of course, Rosa went solo, so they at least these two. I want to see Lake and Carol interact now just because of this. I just want to, yes, that'd be entertaining. Anyway, YUL and James. Obviously, I feel like YUL and James be talking strategy, like who to betray next, what to do. Anyway, so Hunter and Tess. So Hunter and Tess would be having more romantic. I never saw this ship that much, but hey, in this universe, because oh my gosh, oh no. Anyway, and Carol and Lake, and I think Lake would try and talk with Carol to get them to work with them and get out James. I feel like that she would agree to get out YUL or James because obviously it's you. I feel like she would be a lot leaning towards James because of course she wants James out. If I'm expecting Carol to not want James out, I'm expecting something shocking. You know what I mean? Anyway, I think Rosa would actually still win this challenge because she can carry a freaking sled over her head. People overlook this. She can carry a freaking sled. Heck yeah, she's winning. So, anyway, Rosa is choosing Lake to be her partner, as again, her reward was choosing the partner. Since James is not with Aiden, and Aiden is not here, Carol would not get sabotaged. Anyway, I don't know how YUL and James would do here, though, personally. What I'm gonna assume is that Carol would actually sabotage these two. I know that's like, wait, what? Why would she sabotage them? Because she wants to get James out, and even if that means getting out YUL, she really does not care, I don't think. Because, again, she hates James with a burning passion. Anyway, Lake and Rosa, I feel like, of course, get out in this challenge. Hunter and Tess. I don't think Hunter can beat Carol in this universe, but I think Tess Skill gets hit by a tree, which, oh dear gosh. Anyway, so let's lead on to how the votes will go. So, obviously, YUL and James are voting together. These three are now going to probably vote together because Carol agreed to work with them for now, just to get out James, because, again, James. But anyways, I feel like Hunter and Tess would actually side with these two. I know that's like, wait, why would they side? Because, as stated before, YUL is a shield. And plus, in the alliance, they had to vote somebody out. Obviously, YUL would be not trusting them too much, but I think he would just be willing to keep them close to them because, as one iconic antagonist says, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So I think all these four would just vote together and they'd all vote for Lake because Lake won the last immunity and therefore is a huge threat. Remember when YUL said, why do we need to worry about this girl? Come back to and then we just have Rosa, Lake, and Carol vote for YUL. And remember, Rosa still has this totem. So I think she uses it on Lake, given what happened last time. When it came to Rhea in an earlier episode, I think she'd use it on Lake or figure out a way, figure out the votes. I think it'd be very interesting if Carol went over, YUL told her the vote for some reason. She went over here. I just think it's, yes. So Rosa plays the totem, and YUL gets idled out, which I think is a perfect segue to get this man out of this competition. I find it so funny that it has to be something as extreme, like idling out, or just poisoning. I just think that's extreme. So we move on to episode 10, and yes, I know we have a numbers issue. That's going to be fixed soon. So Hunter and Tess probably are just hanging out. Rick and Rosa are hanging out. And then James and Carol are probably fighting, because in this universe, they can just fight. Anyway, in the paintball challenge, I think that Carol would target James would target Carol, and I think Rosa and Lake would be willing to team up with Carol and just get James out of the competition. So I think James is eliminated. Anyway, Hunter is shown to be really good at this challenge originally, but so he was really prepared, so I think he demolished. But I don't know if Tess would be. I don't think Tess would be that good, to be real with you. I don't think she has some secret talent for paintball. So I think she's also eliminated sometime with these three. Anyways, so I think that Carol and Hunter would be like the ones who are actually realistically attacking each other, and they'd be so distracted attacking each other that they just forget Lake and Rosa exist, which causes them to both get out. And I feel like Rosa, again, especially after what happened in episode 7 and her not wanting to listen to the friend and knowing how close it was, given the fact she had to use a totem on Lake to save her, I feel like what would occur is Rosa would sacrifice the immunity, giving it to Lake, so Lake is immune once again. Go you. Alright, so the votes. Carol, I don't see no reason why these three just don't vote together again, and they're just gonna vote out James, because again, Carol is on her dedication just to get out James. And then James, I feel like, would still be with Hunter and Tess over here, saying that those three of course, are just this trio and to vote with him to help save him. And so James and Carol are in a tie now because I feel like these three would vote for Carol, mainly because just James hates Carol and therefore wants, and I don't think these two see an issue with voting out Carol because Carol's bossy and very annoying. It's going for Eva vibes here, reference. But anyway, so I feel like that these two are just gone. Episode 11, so this is the duo. Anyway, this is the duo. Anyway, so the challenge was, remember how they had to jump from each level? Obviously, we have 3 new people here, so we know Hunter jumped from the second top level, so I'm not going to change that. I'm going to say Lake does the top one because gotta show the character development and gotta show how she isn't afraid of anything. Go her. And I think Tess would do like the 3rd highest one, and Rosa would go for the 4th because I don't know. I'm going for a slightly random order when it comes to Tess and Rosa. Obviously, that's dependent. Anyway, I don't think Rosa's gonna win because I don't think she has the heart to hit anything. She wasn't trying in the paintball gun because she felt horrible. Nina is just, I don't even know what Nina is, but she's this demonized puppet. But either way, you get my point. I don't know if she, even if this is the most an evil puppet, I don't think she would really want to, and I don't think she'd be that good at it. So, I don't think Tess is gonna win either. Because in this universe, I don't think that she has some secret talent for throwing fruits at, you know. I don't think, we know so little about Tess's interests. Oh dear. Anyway, Hunter didn't win the original, so he can't win here, and also, Lake finally wasn't robbed by Hunter. Anyway, the votes would be Rosa and Lake obviously are voting against Hunter, I feel, because he won more immunities. Tess and Hunter are voting with Rosa. They'd vote Lake if they had the choice. And then, obviously, I feel like Hunter would win in a tiebreaker. Because this is Hunter, he won, like, how many merge immunities? Pretty much all of them. Therefore, he can win the tiebreaker. What great logic. Anyway, Rosa and Lake have just this really sweet goodbye, and Rosa's out. And the finalists are these 3. Oh my gosh. Alright. This what if was interesting. I feel like the thing that really... do I like this more than the original? Heck no! It's not as good as the original one, but I did not think that Aiden would get there early, but hey. Interesting to think about. I feel like the thing that I struggled mostly was figuring out who would vote who in this universe, because a lot of this is like what would happen, you know. Definitely, but I did have a fun time writing this. What is your opinion on how this turned out? Would love to hear it in the comments down below. On to the outro. But that was the video. Honestly, again, I do find it very interesting. I'm not too sure about the vote count still. But yeah, thank you so much for watching today's What If. I hope you really enjoyed, and I also hope to see you again on the channel. Or next time. See you, everyone. Bye!